How's that? Beautiful? She is gorgeous. I always tried to sing just like her. I'm Jill, and for those of you who joined me before, we're going to talk a little bit about making money, earning income, making money online, making own. And I, every single night, want to thank you for spending your time with me. I know that you could be doing other things, so time is our most precious gift. So when you spend it with me, I know you've given up something else that you could have been doing. So thank you for being with me. And I just hope to use this time. I'll be with you for about the next hour. I just hope to use this time to get to know each other. Yeah. And I'm still rearranging my desk, I swear. I ordered a desk. It's not in yet. I need a bigger desk. I'm revamping my office. I've only been doing this online marketing, having my own online business since August. I've been in a career for over 35 years. And just recently, hi, Liv. Is it Liv? Larry? I'm sorry, I missed that one. Ooh, better. And just recently, I figured out that I'm not going to be able to retire by 65. This was a couple years ago that I figured this out because I'm 66 now. So I'm one of those of the 2/3 of Americans. Did you realize that 2/3 of Americans, by the time they're 65, are not going to be able to retire without risking outliving their savings and pension? Anybody else aware of this concern in your own life? Anybody? I tell you what, I didn't plan on working my whole life. I sure did hope that in my, golden years, they call it, that I would be able to travel and enjoy my time with family and doing the things I love. What are the things that you guys enjoy doing in your free time? Who has free time these days, by the way? And what do you do with it? I have 2 sweet dogs. I like to walk my dogs. I like to spend time with my animals. I love being a creator. I actually, you know what? I love my job. I love my job. I am a pastor of 2 churches. I have been a pastor in a Protestant church for over 35 years. And at first I was a Methodist. I'm the 3rd generation. My great grandfather, Charles Daniel, CD they called him, Bullock, was a circuit rider, if you know what that was, in the Methodist church. And he'd ride his horse around, right? And he'd even build churches. So parishes that didn't have a church, he'd help build the church. And he pastored the church. And back then, pretty simple payment system. They just bartered. He worked probably back when, the Depression era. And my grandmother got her clothing out of mission barrels. All these stories. Oh my goodness. And so that was my great father. So my grandmother, she was raised in the church, and she was like, she should have been an ordained pastor because she did whatever he didn't, right? She played the piano, she played the organ, she sang, she led the music, she read scripture. My great grandfather was a temperance pastor. Do you guys know what that is? Temperance meaning don't drink. I've even seen those little cards up in the attic in a old chest at my mom's house, which my mom was a minister too. And the little temperance cards that they had to sign, I vow that I will never let a drop of alcohol touch my lips. Back before I became a pastor, my brother and I would chuckle and just say, well, that's easy. We'll just kind of shoot it to the back of our mouth. It's a joke. Anybody find that funny? We thought it was funny at the time, but we were just kids, right? We were just young, dumb, and stupid. But so yeah, vows of chastity, vows of poverty, vows of temperance, that you never touch a drop of alcohol. So my grandmother grew up in a household where she wasn't allowed to play cards. This is a Methodist church, like old Methodist, and she wasn't allowed to dance. So my mom was raised similar. So appreciate you joining me this evening. Appreciate the likes. I hope that you will share this with a friend. If you know anybody that wants to spend time with me and get to know about how to earn money online, I'm getting there. I promise. We'll circle back to that. How to make money from your phone. That expensive phone you're holding in your hand, it may as well be making you millions. And I'm not exaggerating. If you go to my page here on TikTok, you will see YouTube, you will see testimony after testimony, testimony after testimony. I posted 2 or 3 more today. One gal made, was it 50,000 in 6 months? You guys, this is like nothing to sneeze about. So anyhow, my grandmother was raised in that kind of home. My mother was raised in that kind of home. Then my mom became a pastor. So I wasn't raised in that kind of home because both my parents were teachers while I was growing up until they divorced. And my mom went to seminary and she became a Methodist pastor herself. And then I went to seminary. And I was actually a singer. That wasn't my dream, but it's turned out to be a really, really good career for me, a really good fit. And the other day, kind of circling back to making money, I'm telling you all this because, yeah, it seems like such a conflict of interest. I even had one person say, well, if you told me that you as a pastor didn't make enough money, so now you're selling a program so that you can earn money for your retirement, I wouldn't want to buy from you. And I'm like, why? And she said, well, because, we know that God provides, type of thing. Well, that's very true. But everything's mindset. And I grew up with that poverty mentality through my great grandfather who bartered for his ministry, and a great grandmother who lived in that kind of home and got her clothes out of mission barrels. And my mother, who taught me that God will take care of you. And, don't worry about the ministry not paying so much money. It's okay. God will provide. And God did. And God has. And God will, of course. But I'm telling you what, I don't think it's just in the ministry career. I think there's lots of careers out there. Obviously, 60% of Americans at age 65 are realizing that their pension and savings isn't enough for them to retire. Then obviously, it isn't just the ministry where we have to do more than just work a 9-to-5 or a salary position. And we got to break out of that mindset. I am breaking that generational conditioning mindset that if I work 40 years for 40 hours, I'm going to get 40% of my pension and that's going to be enough. I'm breaking that generational poverty mentality, really. That mentality that says, don't worry about it. Everything will be okay. God will provide. God will provide, but it's up to us to take the actions, right? And so when you finally realize that everything really comes from above, including inspiration, right? Inspired ideas, including just the guidance, right? From the Lord, from, your consciousness, you get those ideas. Where do those come from? It's just God telling you kind of nut. Well, that's what happened to me. I prayed about this. I was not able to get out of my two careers position at age 65. Now I'm 66. When do I decide, you guys, that I can't do ministry anymore? When I'm like my mom and I have Alzheimer's and I can't do it anymore? Am I supposed to wait till then and become dependent on a system or dependent on my children? That's not acceptable to me. Absolutely. And I don't think that's what God wants. Anybody else want to pipe in here? You know, what we do at church is a thing called talk back. I'm the preacher, so I get up there for, 15 minutes and I read the scripture and I give my interpretation of the Holy Word. And then people get to talk back and say, I don't understand that, or I don't agree with that. And we have a talk and a discussion. So when I'm on here, you guys, and I'm talking, I don't know if I'm preaching to the choir. I don't know if you agree. I don't know if you disagree, but I don't mind being controversial either. Oh, something just happened here. Am I still live? Are you still there? Sorry about that. Looks like my phone just glitched out. Well, that's not good. Shoot. I gotta go back to TikTok. We'll see if I can find you. Oh my goodness sakes. Hello, bear with me. Be back. We're 11 minutes in, and I'll see if this is going to come back to my live, or I may have to just start over. That's crazy. I've never had that happen. Huh. Yes, resume, please. Hello? Hello? I love TikTok because I get engagement. YouTube, not so much yet. So, you guys, thank you for hanging in there. Thanks for coming back or hanging in there. I don't know if you're just brand new guests this evening. I'm Jill. We're going to talk about making 30K in 90 days. We've got a 90-day run coming up where we are given the skills and the training to make 30K in 90 days. That's 10K a month. Anybody in a job where you make 10K a month? Anybody out there? I personally, not yet, haven't reached that goal. I'm new to digital marketing and this online marketing, and I've been doing this since August, but there are testimonials after testimonials, and I am learning and earning while I do this training. So we're just beginning this new 90-day run where starting Monday, and each week we have back office information where you will get live videos every week. I think every day. No, every day. Michelle puts something in there for us to do, like a challenge, right? And we, main thing is, are you coachable? And will you implement? So you have to stay consistent. Well, I feel like I got interrupted by TikTok just glitching out on me there. I really apologize, you guys. TikTok up and my whole system went down. I'm still live on YouTube here, but we were talking about kind of what got me here. I've been a pastor for over 30 years, and I got into digital marketing online, created my own online business because after 30 plus years, my pension and savings, and even on top of that, my Social Security was not going to be enough to get me retired. And so about 2 years ago, I started network marketing. Anybody else done some online or otherwise side hustles? Anybody earning money from some side hustles, and how's that going? I just heard yesterday that one of those big companies, those network marketing MLMs, shut down, and it just totally devastated. You know, those people are making 7, 10, I don't even know. I think I know one guy making like 100,000 a month, and it just decimates their career. And where do they go with that? The thing I like about Legacy Builders, the program that I am in, is we have master resale rights to 4 digital products, 4 e-learning products. Let me see if I can find the paper for you here. Oh, I printed it up for you. I just have been in the process of moving my office. And so here it is. My papers aren't exactly organized yet. So the Legacy Builder program is $900. I don't know if you can see that. Passive Daily Blueprint is $600. Digital Mastery product is $300. Launchpad is $100. Plus there's free bonuses. So when you purchase these products, you can come in, you guys, if you can't afford the full $900, you can come in at the $300 or $600 level as well. And what that means is each level of entry launching, like the launch pad is $100. So you get that $100 e-learning program, and you can resale, sell, market that product and earn $100. Instant profit. It's 100% profit. You are owner, CEO of your own business, and so you have master resale rights. This is not like you are selling somebody else's product. You're not going to work for Amway, Mary Kay, Nu Skin, all those popular ones, and selling their product and getting a portion or a commission. You have master resale rights selling the digital legacy programs, these 4 e-learning courses. You can come in at the 1, 3, 6, or 9, and then you can sell 100 if you get on the 100. If you come in at 300, you can sell these 2. If you come in at 600, you can sell these 3. If you come in at 900, you can sell these 4. And that means you can make $900 profit at the top tier and make 100% profit off of that. So that's how that works. Now, what could $900 a day do for you? And if you add that up at $900 a day over the course of a year, that's $328,000. Would that change your life? My goal this year is to change the lives of 111 people. I want to help you. If you have a goal to go online, start your own business, start learning and earning step by step with this proven blueprint, then I want to be here for you and help make that happen. What do you do to do that? You do lives once a day, and you do 3 to 5, 3 minimum shorts or just 1-minute videos. Touch and base with your perfect customer. We teach you how to attract. This is attraction marketing. This is not network marketing where you have to call people, cold call and bug them and call them back and DM them. I will never DM you, which I really like. That's one of the reasons I got out of network marketing, is I didn't want to bug family and friends. So in this business, you learn it, you put it out there, you let other people know your storefront, what you got, and you let it go. And people come to you. And so, like, if you were in a flourishinglegacy.com, don't know if you can see that from back there, a flourishinglegacy.com. Go to my TikTok page, and in the bio, a flourishinglegacy.com. That's me. And you just put in your email, right? And then you get in on my email funnel. So that people would do the same for you. Get them in your email funnel system. You email them. We have free training on newsletter campaigns and email campaigns and how to do them, and responding to your perfect customer and those that are in your funnel, and just dripping on them. You just tell them what they want to know. Information about how online businesses work. How do you earn 30K in 90 days? And those testimonies speak for themselves. We got plenty of testimonies in our back office. And if you just go to my page, you scroll down, you can read the testimony right there on my page of people making 6 figures in a year, 7 figures. Michelle, our founders, made almost $4 million in 3 years. Not bad. And for me, if you go to a flourishinglegacy.com, I'm in pre-launch for my community. And you can go here and get on in my free community right now. It won't always be free. I'm just building it. So I'm right now dumping information into it and sharing information about how to build your business, how to stay motivated, spiritual daily affirmations and inspiration and mastermind training, etc. It's all mindset. So in the pre-launch, it's free. It will change. But the first 100 people that come in, if you go there now, I'll put that in the emails so that you can go to my page, my website, and join my community. You know, one of the beautiful things about Legacy Builders is just the community. When I think about retirees, I mean, you would not believe the diversity of the people that are in our community. We have a 84-year-old woman that just started her community. And she said, you know, so many people her age are just sitting around knitting, watching TV. And this would be so good for them because there's a lot of loneliness out there. I mean, I think about the time people spend on their phones, social media. Why do we do that? Are we bored or are we lonely? Are we bored or are we lonely? We're looking for that connection. I think that's something more in our life. What are you scrolling for? What are you looking for? Thanks for being with me, you guys. I hope you'll share this with somebody that might be interested in starting their own online business, and like my page, follow me, and that would be awesome. Get more followers, get more likes on this video. I come live. I was coming live in the evenings, and I went to my analytics. Did you know you can go to your analytics? You can check to see who is watching you up in this corner here. You go down to TikTok Studio, click that. You go over to, what is it? View all, I think. And then down the page, see your analytics of, you know, the demographics of who's watching you, from where, what age, male, female. And I learned that it is mostly people from America here, mostly men, like 60% is what was showing up. But it showed me that between the hours of 12 and 4 was when they were coming on my lives. And I was doing this at 6 o'clock at night. So I have to get it more before 5 p.m. at least. And that's tough for me because those are my business hours. But I'm going to try to kind of shift it. And then I'm going to check my analytics again and just see if anything shifts. You know, if I'm getting better viewership, more people watching, more people liking, more people listening and interested in what I have to offer. You know, are you picking up what I'm putting down? In other words, Hi, Kayla. Let's see, invite Kayla to join live as a guest. Well, I don't think I know Kayla, or I might. If there's anybody out there that wants to co-host with me that's in Legacy Builders, I'd be more than happy. But for right now, so in the beginning, what some people do that come in at a lower level, the $100 level, for instance, $100 a day, if you sell the launch pad, $100 a day, that's $36,000 a year. I know a lot of people that's all they make is around $36,000 a year. Here in South Dakota, that's a good salary. Yep. $300 digital mastery plan. $300. What would $300 a day? How could that change your life? Is that affordable? Come in at $300. You earn at $300, you have paid for 2 e-learning courses. And when I say 2 courses, it isn't like you're going to go in there and you're going to see 2 courses. I got to show you this. It's really hard to show on this. I'm on a phone here because that seems to work the best with TikTok Studio. But let's see. So if I take you to my page, digital marketing, where am I? Here. So like, oops, let's go back. Digital marketing community. When you sign up, oh, where'd it go? Come on. Oh, it's stuck there. Okay, let's start over. Sorry about that. We'll get there. I promise. Patience. So you come to this page. Glare. It looks kind of like that. Oh boy. Let's see. DGC. Can you see it? Digital community. And if you scroll down, these are the programs you get. So the Legacy Builder, Passive Daily Blueprint, and the bonuses are there on the top. Okay. And then inside each one, for example, look at this. When I say you get 2 products, the 100 and the 300, for instance, look at this. It is like, oh my God, it's a list. It's a list. I think this will work. If I can just get it so you can see it. Can you see that? So it's like a list. These are all class coursework classes that you get. That's just page 1. Okay. So yeah, all these digital courses, let me see. All right. So for $100, that's one of them. And that's just the first page of them. And you take them step by step. When I say it's a proven blueprint, it's step by step teaching you how to do what? To use social media to market. If you are a doctor, if you are a insurance agent, if you are a chiropractor, anybody that owns their own business and is realizing that paper, the postal service isn't working out so well. You want to market yourself online where you can market yourself to the whole world. This is a whole worldwide industry. This is going to teach you how to use TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. What else? Do your emails, your newsletters, your campaigns, build a community, and have multiple streams of income. One of my mentors, my coaches, she has like 15 streams of income because she's a coach. For instance, she gives one-on-one coaching. She does group coaching. One gal, she's making, one of her streams of income is she's helping people build their websites. and put their marketing their material for them because they're a busy dentist or whatever. She's doing it for them. If that's what you want to learn how to do, it's all in here. So if you sign in at the $100 level, you get those courses. You sign in at the $300 level, you get these courses, and you can sell them, the $100 and the $300 level, to other people. And how easy is that? Do you realize how much money a e-learning costs? College level e-learning. I mean, college courses, we spend what, 30,000 for what? A semester? A year? I'm not sure anymore. It's expensive. And then what do? They just resell that same course the next semester, and they make that same amount of money. So basically, we're doing the same thing, except everything is evergreen. If things change in the market, we're pushing out that new material. Like when TikTok went dark, we were pushing out that material. And what are we going to do if that happens? Where are we moving? Where are we shifting? Where are we pivoting so that we can keep our business live and flourishing, right? And it teaches us all of that. Everybody's different. Everybody has their own gift sets coming into it. Thank you for the love. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I learned how to do this. Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you. So everybody brings to it their own skill set, and everybody has their own interests, right? So I really love doing lives because I go live every Sunday morning. Like tomorrow morning, I go live in my, I'm going to have some root beer. In my 2 churches, I go live. And so I really enjoy that. That's really my strong suit, at least at church, live with people where I get interaction from them, on Sunday morning. It's a little more difficult for me when I'm not getting a lot of feedback. I do hope to gain a following that will at least feel comfortable with me and get to know me well enough that they're going to want to interact and ask questions, because that's why I'm here. What are your questions about coming into the online space and marketing your program, your industry, your business? What's holding you back? Because really, honestly, you guys, 30K in 90 days is entirely possible. Most people, I don't know if I want to say most, that might not be true, but the people that are applying themselves and showing up and learning the skills and building their social presence and attracting their perfect customers are earning over 30K in 90 days. Yeah, just go to my TikTok page and look at those testimonials. It's quite amazing. My little puppy's sitting here at my feet. I'd love to show you her, but I hate to wake her. She is so precious. I have a King Charles Cavalier. Anybody like dogs out there? So yeah, I'm just trying to come live to you every single day so that you can get to know me, who I am, what I'm about, why I, as a pastor, would be doing something like this, what's motivating me, and where my mindset is. And when I got asked that question and kind of I was put on the spot as though being a pastor and talking about not having enough pension to retire is a bad thing. I just have to remind her that it's all mindset. And my grandparents and the church, let's just say as a whole, the Protestant church, those folks are still taking vows of poverty and chastity and poverty, chastity, celibacy in marriage, not celibacy, celibacy out of marriage, chastity in marriage, something like that. And then poverty, like here's your income, and then just know that God will take care of you. And I have, and God has. But at some point, it's kind of like we have to, when we're inspired by God to do something more rather than become just another statistic. I don't want to be that statistic, that 2/3 of Americans who are unable to retire because they're going to outlive their savings. Anybody out there feeling that pain? It's just not a fun place to be, because I want to travel before I die. My mom was the second generation pastor, and she worked until she was, I don't know, gosh, she retired, I think, close to 65 or so, but then she kept working. So it was like an official retirement. And then she just kept working, and I kept helping her because she couldn't do some of these pastorates, these like 2-point charge, 3-point charge. She couldn't do them by herself. So I'd help her, meaning I'd take 2 Sundays and she'd take 2 Sundays. And she did that until she couldn't anymore because she got Alzheimer's. And she passed away this last September. And she used all of her savings and pension on healthcare. And that's not going to be me. So that, again, is a mindset, a commitment, like just deciding. And so what was acceptable for my parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, things are shifting. We're kind of waking up to the fact that a lot of that is unnecessary. So that's where I'm coming from. And I just want you guys to know me. I noticed that my vision board is over here. I don't know if you can see it very well, but I'll tell you about it if you're interested. So I've had a vision board sometimes. Do you know what a vision board is? So a vision board, you can create one. I'll help you if you'd like to make one. It's going to be in my community if you sign up for my community. And again, if you go to aflourishinglegacy.com and give me your email, we can communicate by email once you're in here. But I do not DM people, okay? So once you're here and we get emails back and forth, you can ask me all the questions you want, and I will get you into my community where you're going to learn things like this, how to create your own vision board. You can do them on Canva, just digitally, but I like to do them with magazine clippings. And so I have one of the gals that's one of my trainers, she said, I've looked back on my vision boards and everything's come true. The world is a better place with you in it. Oh, who is that? Michigan. You matter. Stay strong. Positive vibes. You know what, Michigan? That means so much to me. I gotta tell you, Michigan Daddy. Because the silence sometimes for me just becomes unbearable on this channel. I don't like talking to myself. I'm a pretty private person too, actually. I don't like just talking about myself. I want to talk about you. I want to get to know you. I want you to tell me about you and what you're interested, so I can help you. How can I help anybody if they don't talk to me, right? And as a pastor, I'm so used to that. I'm used to knowing, how to help. And I don't know how to help if we don't have that communication. So for you to say the world is better with me in it, that just touches my heart so much. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Thank you. Yeah. And I want to take my presence bigger. I do. I live in a very rural community, and I have been a big fish in a small pond for a long, long time. I guess they call that playing small. And I have done that. And it's been a great life. Don't get me wrong. I am truly blessed. And see, again, my resistance is I want to talk about me. This isn't about me. I don't want you to think I'm bragging here, but I've been blessed beyond measure. The more you give, the more you get back, right? And I just want to be in a bigger pond. And that's what this is, you guys. This online marketing is you showing up in a bigger way, in a bigger pond, and taken some risk. You got to be willing to take some risks, right? And showing up for more people. I can help people worldwide. We have more millionaires coming out of South America right now. No, South Africa, sorry. South Africa. Got to know my geography. So I have traveled the world. I've lived in Palestine, West Bank. I've been to Haiti. I was a flight attendant. I have traveled the world, and I want to go back. I want to do more of that. The best education is travel. But how do we do that if we're so locked into that 9 to 5? We can't even spend time doing the things we love or with our family and friends. And that's what life is all about, is the people, the meaningful experiences that we have. And that's more than just work. Don't think that's what God intended. So my vision board, Wendy said everything she's ever put on a vision board has come true for her. And if you feel the inspiration, one of the things I'm aware of is desire is prayer. God knows those silent whispers of your heart's desire. God knows about those. You don't have to speak a prayer audibly. He says, don't be like the hypocrites who stand on, the Pharisees that stand on the street corners and, beat their chests and, talk about how good they are. And we're to go in the quiet of the closet, right? Where only the Father can see and hear. And you don't have to say it out loud. Oftentimes, people ask me, will you pray for me? Will you say the prayer at this event? And sure, of course I do. Of course I do. But how often is that just to get the adulation for, oh, what a nice prayer. Oh, she did that's not necessary. That's not what God wants. God just wants our hearts. God just wants us to love him. Right? Thank you. Aw, thanks, Kristen. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, so this is a representation of the desires of my heart. And God knows about that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you too. Thanks for the support and the love. Appreciate you. Aw. So I'll tell you what I have on my vision board briefly, kinda. Okay. So desires of my heart. I used to be a flight attendant. I want to travel. So I've got actually a corporate jet here because Lord knows commercial flights aren't what they used to be. So yeah, a little bit more, personal. That'd be awesome. A little bit more private. I've got some South palm trees and white stucco, something feeling kind of like Florida. Yeah, like a southern home living would be awesome. At least so I can be a snowbird and get out of the north. I'm up in South Dakota. I can get out of the snow. I don't know. Once I'm retired, I'm leaving before Christmas because I want to enjoy some Christmases like in New York and Aspen. Those are vision board dreams too. Thanks for the love, you guys. I love your board. Thank you. I'll help you, man. If you don't know how to do them, thank you. I don't even know if you can see it from that far off, but let's see here. This is like one of those, oh my gosh, the cathedrals, around the world. Have you ever been in some of those sanctuaries? And there's literally a reason that they feel so awe-inspiring. I mean, you guys, the energy, the holiness behind these. I've been in a few and I want to do more. That every time I travel, I have to see the chapels and the synagogues and stuff. Yeah. And this is Greece. This Greece has been on my bucket list since 1982. And boy, is that a story. Makes me cry. I was in my bad marriage. I have twin sons, dad, married to my twin son's dad. And he became abusive, and it started affecting the babies. They were 6 months old. I can't even see. I'm too private. I'm not going to say that story yet. But anyhow, that summer I watched a movie called I think it was called Summer of Love or something like that. It has the Chicago soundtrack on it. It was just awesome, and it was all about Greece. And so I said in 1982, someday I said, I am going to go to Greece. And saying that was like my determination, my line in the sand that was like, this is not how it's going to end for me. I will go to Greece someday. And I still haven't gone. And I've traveled the world, but I still haven't got there. So this is still on my bucket list and right on the top. I love the water. I love the air too. But so a lot of boat pictures and music. I have my vocal performing, my undergraduates in vocal performing. So I love music. I love to perform. I love to write. So I've got one of those old manual typewriters you don't even have to plug in. That's what I learned on, right? And I love that. You know, you see like movies with Ernest Hemingway typing away, and I want one because, you know, electricity goes out. I better have something I can write, I can type. I love writing, typing, creating. I love Shabby Chic for interior decorations and house design. I love French country, Victorian. So yeah, that's the pulse on my vision board. And a lot of water, a lot of travel, a lot of love, a lot of music. I should put my picture of my puppy dogs on there. Yeah. So thank you. Thanks. It was nice sharing that with you. My service is going in and out. Well, I'm just so glad you got to pop in. Good to see you. See, how am I doing on time? I came on here at like, what was it, 4:30? You know, last night I'm supposed to do an hour, wants you to do an hour, just FYI. And I signed out thinking I was done, and I checked it and it was 58 minutes, wouldn't you know? I missed it by 2 minutes. I tell ya, maybe I should shoot for just a little over an hour, I guess. So what are we listening to now tonight? Whitney's not singing to us anymore. And I think because we got kicked off TikTok, my time has been extended because I had to come back. So I don't know if I'm going to make my hour tonight either. But long and short of it, you guys, I've told you all about the online business. We're starting our 30K in 90 days, the run on Monday. If you're interested, you know where to go. Drop your email in my flourishinglegacy.com and you will get signed up as a free person guest in my community in the pre-launch stages, the first 100 people. So everything is free in there, and I help build the vision boards and a lot of mindset training and positive daily affirmations and prayers and all that stuff. I want all that stuff in there. So it's just going to continue. I'm just going to continue to drip all that stuff in there over the course of the next month, probably before, and then I'll launch. And after I launch, the price will probably go up, but all you guys, the first 100 in the pre-launch will be free. So you'll be grandfathered in. So I hope some people will, take me up on that offer. And let's see here. I always end with a devotional. So my devotional today comes from, let's see, Matthew 18, Gospel of Matthew in the Bible. Chapter 18, verse 12. If a shepherd has 100 sheep, will he not leave the 99 and go in search of the one that went astray? All right. I got to turn off. There we go. So I can hear myself think. This is a true story by Tommy Dorsey, the father of gospel music. I love it. So, in 1932, Tommy Dorsey says, I was 32 years old and a relatively new husband. My wife, Nettie, and I lived in a small apartment on Chicago's South Side. On hot August afternoon, I was scheduled to be the feature soloist at a large revival meeting in St. Louis, and I didn't want to go, especially since Nettie was in her last month of pregnancy with our first child. After kissing her goodbye, I hurried down to our Model A and drove by a fresh Lake Michigan breeze. Driven by a fresh Michigan breeze. Set out on Route 66. However, just outside the city, I realized that I'd forgotten my music case, so I turned around, anxious to receive it. When I returned home, I found Nettie peacefully asleep. A strong feeling urged me to stay, but not wanting to disturb her, I shrugged it off and quietly left with my music. The next night, amid the sweltering heat of St. Louis, the crowd called for me to sing again and again. And after the performance, a messenger boy approached me with a Western Union telegram. My heart raced as I ripped open the envelope and read the chilling words, "Your wife just died." The joyful sounds of singing and clapping surrounded me, but I felt as though my world was collapsing. I rushed to the phone, desperate to hear any details. All I could hear on the other end was Natalie's dead. When I finally returned home, I learned that Nettie had given birth to a son, but that night the baby passed away, and I buried both Nettie and our little boy together in the same casket, and then I fell apart. Did you know this story? For days, I isolated myself, consumed by grief. I felt abandoned by God and wanted to abandon my music. Returning to the jazz world I once knew, but in those dark moments, I recalled that afternoon when I should have stayed with Nettie. Was that an urging to remain with her? Was it a message from God? If I had listened, I might have been with her when she died. From that day forward, I resolved to listen more closely to God. I remained lost in sorrow. Everyone was kind, especially a friend, Professor Fry, who seemed to understand what I needed. On a quiet Saturday evening, he took me to a neighborhood music school. The sun filtered through the curtain windows as I sat down at the piano. As my fingers wandered over the keys, something profound happened, and I felt a wave of peace wash over me. In that moment, I sensed the presence of God. A melody formed in my mind, and the words flowed effortlessly. Precious Lord, take my hand. Lead me on where I stand. I am tired. I am weak. I am worn. Through the storm, through the night, lead me on to the light. Take my hand, precious Lord, lead me home. As the Lord inspired me with these words and melody, my spirit began to heal. I learned that our deepest grief, we feel most distant from God, is often when He is closest to us to restore us. Now I live for God, willingly and joyfully awaiting the day when He will take my hand and gently lead me home. Daily prayer. Dear God, come through me and inspire me, empower me in good times and bad. I look to you constantly as my source of life. Thank you, God, for always being with me and helping me in seen and unseen ways. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen. Affirmation for today is, whatever I am searching for, don't you know God's the answer? Great minds must be ready not only to take opportunities, but to make them. So that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I am doing, is I'm taking this opportunity and I'm making an opportunity for others. It's never too late. How many times has opportunity knocked and we've said no? And if we don't make changes, it's like we just end up doing the same thing over and over again. And hopefully you don't expect different results, right? That's called insanity. I learned something the other day from one of our legacy builders. Daryl said, POOR. Somebody told him to quit with that poor mentality. He wanted to join, he wanted to get involved in legacy builders, and he's like, I can't afford it. He had to put it on credit. He didn't want to go in debt. And his pastor or somebody said, stop with the poor mentality. That's like what is it? Passing over opportunities religiously, regularly, whatever word you want to use. Passing over opportunities regularly. Poor. We got to stop with the poor mentality. Great minds must be ready not only to take the opportunities, but to make them. So I'm here to help 111 people this next year get started on their journey. Stay positive, stay on track, stay motivated, reach your goals in 2025. And if that sounds like you, feel free to reach out to me. Just let me know you're interested. I'd be happy to answer some questions, and I will be back tomorrow. So until then, I'm going to sign off tonight. I thank you for being with me again, and I pray you have a blessed evening.